You can also apply this to facial features as well. So let's say I want to draw a miniature character, and we see a lot of the features like bigger eyes from babies and like more rounder shapes and all that stuff. So how that works is really, let's say we have a face here that has a very natural ratio of things, which is gonna be a okay. So this figure's gesture of the overall face is this very straightforward right triangle, right? And we want to exaggerate the shape to make something that doesn't look all that much like a human anymore. And by making this top plane wider, we're also giving it a lot more room to draw the eyes in here, right? Mm, more exaggeration for the demonstration purposes. So within here, I'm going to draw a very exaggerated character with like humongous eyes. And the nose and the mouth is going to appear closer, right? And this would be the miniature like SD character with like very exaggerated facial features. This would be like a normal human face proportion here. Okay. By changing the angle of this line here, we're also making this cheek like a lot more slanted this way as well, okay? As opposed to this slope right here, okay? But this is a different type of stylization you would do as opposed to mine. I like to keep the more realistic proportion intact while I'm exaggerating the size, which does sound a little confusing, but I will show you guys what I mean. So I don't want to exaggerate the shape of the this triangle when I'm drawing a face, because once I do, this just turns into a completely different thing. I want to draw a serious looking human with exaggerated features. So really, what I'm just gonna do is just bring this ratio of the face, and I'm just going to make the features bigger, okay? While I'm containing everything within this ratio of the facial features. Okay. So I managed to fit all these features within this triangle, but it's just bigger, right? The eyes are bigger, the nose are bigger, um, the mouth is bigger. Okay. I don't want to exaggerate this form when I'm drawing a human face because the exaggeration is already done by the stylistic choices that I've made when I'm drawing these features already. So if I make this ratio also change, then it's going to get really wonky. As opposed to the body, where you can't really add like stylistic features onto the body because we're mostly drawing these bodies in with the realistic anatomy in mind, unless you're drawing something like panty and stocking. So I can change the ratio on the body since it is lacking in style, whereas these facial features that I draw is already very stylistic. So I don't want to add even more of this exaggeration onto these features. Now let's say we ignore this ratio here and then we draw the face with just bigger features according to this ratio. Bigger eyes, bigger nose, and bigger mouth. Now it doesn't look as appealing as um, this face that I drew everything in regards of like how things narrow down and how wide everything is up here. I'm just ignoring all of that, and now it looks kind of uncanny. Now, I mean, if you want to do this, again, nothing stops you. Okay, this is just how I approach this exaggeration part. You know, I don't know how many times I have to say this, but stylism is not really a fundamental, so everyone else has a different approach to everything. Uh, so yeah, this is just how it's gonna look like. Oh, I drew that in a long way here. There we go. And there you go. I don't particularly find this all that attractive. I think this is good exaggeration. I think this is pretty good exaggeration. And this is just normal, right? We can also apply this on like a gesture as well. Say I want to make this pretty stiff pose more interesting. Then the first thing I see really is this like triangular shape connecting her hands to the shoulder that connects to the top of the pelvis like so. Okay. And we have the face like over here. And her spine is like this. Okay. Now we're just going to take this out and we're going to exaggerate this triangular shape. I'm gonna make this protrude a lot further from here. And I'm also going to make her rib cage protrude out like so, just to make everything more interesting. And her spine is, of course, I'm going to change as well. Like these lines are gonna get a lot more exaggerated. Well, because this is the spine, we can't really change here. But we can change the angle of the rib cage. like so. Okay. And that's gonna bring out the pelvic bone more to the side. So we're gonna erase the original line here. And based off this, I'm going to start drawing my gesture on top of this. Okay. Notice how the rib cage is way more slanted following this gesture line. And the shoulder is also very protruded like so. And because we move this triangle over here, the angle of the arm is also going to be exaggerated like this. This is the SCM connecting directly to the top of the sternum and that little curve that goes outward. Okay. And this is the trapezius. We're gonna cast a shadow right under here. Okay, this is how I would approach this gesture drawing with exaggeration. It just looks a lot more interesting and more dynamic compared to this relatively pretty stiff pose.